he says he's here to be your liaison, that his agency is involved, is going to handle communicating with you. He wants you to understand that you are not in legal, that he's sure that all of this will be clarified so that you have helped Sweden, you have helped Göteborg with this action, because of these drugs and everything going on. But that in order to continue to operate here, in order to have everything be happy with how you interact with the community, his agency is empowered to, manage you. And so then his phone, rings. He says, "Excuse me, I have to take this." And he starts to talk into the phone as if you were not there, into the mobile as if you were not there. And he says, "So we have a deal, rendition for," and then he looks at you and he says, "For what we want." And then he gets a confirmation, and then he turns it off. So in the course of time, then the trauma unit will drive off, and I just want to let you know that you're never going to see what happens to Vasquez unless you try in some way. So the point is that he has cut some deal with some other group. They get her, he gets you. So anyway, though, but at the moment to you, he's talking about how this is a very positive thing. You are not under any legal difficulties here. That he's empowered to take whatever statements you want to make. He's not going to be pushy about it, and in general is being very helpful to you. He asks you if there's anything you need.
Are we to be under the perception that he was making a deal with another police group?
Who knows? Something.
Right.
That was not okay.
Right. As you can see, he did not identify who he was talking to. He did not identify himself. There was a very familiar conversation that was obviously picked up in the middle. Right. Very. So.
I just need to get back. Home. As soon as I know that Sandeep is taken care of and everything is fine.
He says, "I will give you the contact information for the responsible group, and I just want to. I assume you don't really know Sandeep and his details, but they can find out about his family from him, and if you want to check up on this, you are given contact information for it." So, which is reasonably nice of Hankvist, if you ask me, to provide that. So he seems to be like he's coming along quite nicely with you. He's not threatening you. He's not demanding anything.
I hate him already.
Exactly, right. He's not. I will tell you what, though, he is not a very nice guy, right? He is not like buttering you up. He's not congratulating you or thanking you or anything like that. So there's none of this false friendly thing about him. As far as what he looks like, he looks kind of. The only way I can describe it is he looks older than he is. He doesn't. He looks like a fairly fit person, a guy who's probably not older than 40, but he is definitely he definitely has a premature aging effect of some kind.
Okay.
So that is one thing. As far as getting you back into home, what he wants is he would like to have a meeting with you. He says that if you want, This can be at a designated island in the archipelago. That we will be at this island, at a particular time, and you can meet us there. So there are a few other things I want to manage with you, but I will need to check your sheet to do it.
Okay.
And from if you leave the scene, and I guess that you prefer swimming instead of going.
Oh, I'm just gonna
by
go down
land.
to the river.
Yeah, to Göta älv, and then just like
Yes. I'm gonna go down to the river and then make my way home from there.
That's kind of it could be like with the right footage and the right direction. It could be a really good indie scene of someone this entity moving through the woods, really dry, and then going towards the water. Göta älv in that area is so. It's a strange land.
Yeah.
Because there's almost nothing. There's
It's probably
no culture within.
No, but it's quite high up. I mean, from Hammarkullen and down, it's quite steep. So it's almost like cliffs going down to the river.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm going.
Excellent.
As soon as this is done.
Let me quick check the now to make sure you don't get away with something. That's what I'm worried about, is that I'm going to look at it and say, oh shit, he was supposed to do this, or they were supposed to say that. So let me quick manage that right now. That seems like it's probably all right. Now, have you failed any awareness or ego checks or anything like that? I don't think you have. I think you've been okay. So that means the call of the sea has not, overcome you. All right. So Ola, your situation is much more urgent. You have been transported into the interior of a sphere. So it's like you're inside a ball. And it is not very big. It is enough so that if you are standing in it, unlike if you were standing on it as if one point was the floor, you could barely reach the other side. Maybe. Okay? So not very, very big. But the furniture, the things in it, treat the entire thing as the floor, no matter where you are.
So there's like an internal gravity.
Right. So every
like a ring world, but sphere shaped.
Everybody, every point is down, right, on the walls.
Yeah.
And so that means that if you wanted to sit in that chair, you would just walk to it. But while you are standing there, the chair is pointing down at you. Right. So, and as far as the actual furniture is concerned, think of how low tech the original moon modules and orbital, moonwalking or spacewalk transport vehicles were. When I saw one up close, I was horrified. It's made of canvas and steel, and somebody made it with like a wrench, to put those rivets into place. It really looks like a redneck made it in his backyard, right? There's nothing high tech about it at all, and that's what this looks like. There's some working space where the notebooks, old ring binders, not plastic at all, right?
No.
But really like 1960s looking kind of things, and they are put into shelves. There is there is something that I think even you would take some time to realize is kind of a computer because there's no screen. Believe me, it is not a screen, and it and a variety of other things. It's terrible in there. It's messy. It's broken. It is, it is the really, there's one window, and somebody has nailed like a survival cloth. We will call it a tarp in English, right? It's one of these heavy-duty survival cloths that you use for things or for temporary construction. Somebody has nailed it over that window. So
okay, in order just so you will not be able to look out,
right?
Or is it nailed to it just to keep it like encapsulated?
Oh, I see what you mean. No, it is. Somebody has blocked it. Somebody has just said, "I don't want to look out of there," and has put it up there. And so so that is the circumstance. And inside, it smells a lot like someone who is not you. So it's someone else's personal space.
Yes. Okay. And I kind of followed this helmet guy.
Right.
Is he there?
Yes, he is. And at the moment, the tubes that you saw, coming from place to place on him, and this weird helmet that he has, the helmet has slid up, and it has not done you any favors with his features. Right, he is wasted and gray, and with his terrible gray eyes, these cloudy eyes that I talked about, and that has not changed.
Is he still affected by my ego boy?
I am. We are picking it up right from where we were, and
I
have the mechanics in mind right now. And so the first thing I'm doing is merely setting the stage of what you are seeing, without any chance to investigate or anything yet. He is at the moment speaking almost complete nonsense, like as if he's trying to communicate with his contacts. He is saying, he's repeating. He is saying, "This is Bengstone. This is Bengstone. Come in. Come in. Connection is broken. Can you hear me?" He is he's speaking into the air as if he is trying to establish that contact. He is saying, "It's not like we said. I didn't go out. I went in." Right? It's he says, some of them are still here. I have killed them. I've stopped them. Mission accomplished. I have stopped them. And so he's saying reporting in. So he's very disoriented about that and is trying to.
It's something a bit tragic about him. I think that's my
yes. Thought. Although the way he is talking about how he has completed his mission, so that they are dead, doesn't sound particularly remorseful or anything like that. And so,
but you pretty much shredded his psyche as well, didn't you?
Right.
Yes, I did. And
so I would agree that he's pretty tragic at this point.
Are you going to swim all the way back to the archipelago? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's the plan.
So that will recover your body and your knockout. So you will recover there, and you can be whatever size you want. Now that you have the opportunity to swim in the deep water and kind of recover your control of yourself, you can give back the power of the sea creatures, right? This way.